Okay, for today's assignment, we're going to do another animation, and it's going to be called the wiggle letter or wiggle animation. So we're going to go back to the abc.com site. The link is in your Google Classroom, and so we're going to go there, and this should open up, and so you're going to hit the triangle to open up the program. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a background. We don't want a white background for this assignment. So we're going to go and we're going to add a color. So edit background and then choose a color. And you can choose from any color here. Now, just remember that your paint that you're going to be using to write the letters needs to be opposite. So it needs to be something that you can see. So you wouldn't want to use a black and then have a dark color that you couldn't see on the black background. You would probably want to use white or a gray or maybe a pink or a yellow. So just think about that before you choose your background color. I'm going to choose this purple. Okay, and then for my lettering, here's my paintbrush. I'm going to choose that. I'm going to choose this size, which is kind of medium. And then my color, I'm going to use, I think I'm going to do this really loud hot pink. Okay, so I'm going to write my name. And it seems like it could be a little difficult, but try your best to draw nice big letters. And you see mine's definitely not perfect, so yours, of course, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's frame one. Now I'm going to do frame two, and I'm going to do it again. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to write in the same area that I wrote before, and I am getting better at writing my name. But up here you can see where I wrote my name in frame one. Well, now I'm in frame two, so it's kind of in the same spot. Now I'm going to do frame three, and I'm going to repeat the process. And we're going to do this 5 times. Okay, now ready for frame four. And one more time for frame 5. Remember to keep your letters close to the same size as you had before. And you can always look up here to make sure that you're doing it almost exactly alike. Awesome. Now 5 frames done. Now I'm going to do a little preview. I'm going to turn on my play button here, and I can see my letters wiggling, and that's the effect we definitely want to have. But we're not finished. So then I'm going to go back to frame 1. Okay, and I'm going to grab a different color, and this time I think I'm going to grab orange. And I'm going to put an orange circle here, and one here, and one here, and one here. Maybe one more. And I'm going to move to frame 2, and I'm going to do the same thing. Trying to keep it in the same spot. I'm definitely referring to my frames up here to see where I put it the last time. Okay, go to frame 3 and repeat the process. Okay, then I'm going to go to frame 4 and repeat the process again. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you're not going to be able to exactly match it up exactly. And that's the whole point. Animation is about motion and movement. So what will happen, hopefully, is that these yellow dots could become like stars, twinkling stars. Now, the other thing you can do as well, you can go in and if you want to add a sticker or a shape to your project, you can do that as well. You could add a character running across. Just make sure if you want him to show up on the screen in your video throughout the whole video, you have to make sure that the character is in each frame if you want it to show up in the whole thing. So if you only put it in the first frame, it's only going to show up for a second. So you want to make sure that it's in every single frame. So the last step is that you need to save this work and send it to me in Google Classroom. So you're going to click on Save Animation. And you're going to save it to your Google Drive. And then you're going to attach it to the Google Classroom assignment and turn it in. And I'm going to call this animation 2 instead of 1. I'm going to turn it into 2. And I'm going to save it in my artwork folder and then attach it to the assignment.